White House breakfast room was calm. State governors gathered around polished tables, coffee steaming, discussing domestic priorities, economic coordination, and federal-state cooperation. Laptops clicked, notes were passed, policy was in motion. Then the news hit. President Donald Trump, in mid-discussion about domestic policy, was handed the Supreme Court's ruling, and in an instant, the calm shattered. Eyebrows furrowed, hands slammed on the table, voices rose. The president erupted. His tirade was raw, unfiltered, and explosive, ranting about the disgrace of the courts. At one point, he reportedly shouted, "These fucking courts!" The room went silent. Staffers froze. Governors exchanged stunned glances. Minutes stretched. The tirade intensified. Reports say he launched into a relentless critique, attacking the justices, the legal process, even the very Constitution he had sworn to uphold. A working breakfast became a battlefield. And then, abruptly, it ended. Plates left untouched, coffee cups abandoned, doors slammed. Trump stormed out, leaving the governors and aides behind, scrambling to regroup, stunned by a president thrown completely off script. The White House had just witnessed a political spectacle, a leader undone by the ruling that would redefine the limits of his economic power. In a landmark decision, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the sweeping global tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump. The court ruled that he had exceeded his legal authority under the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act, a law intended for true national emergencies, not broad trade policies. The ruling, decided 6-3, marked a rare moment of cross-ideological agreement. 3 liberal justices joined 3 conservatives to uphold lower court rulings declaring Trump's tariffs illegal. Conservative Justices Brett Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas, and Samuel Alito dissented. The court emphasized a central constitutional principle: Congress alone has the power to levy taxes and tariffs. In quote, had Congress intended to convey the distinct and extraordinary power to impose tariffs under IEEPA, the justices wrote, it would have done so expressly, as it has consistently done in other tariff statutes. In effect, the president cannot use emergency powers to rewrite U.S. trade law. Trump had imposed what he called reciprocal tariffs in April 2025, targeting dozens of nations to address trade deficits and framed as essential to U.S. economic security. He declared the nation would be defenseless without them, but the tariffs quickly drew legal challenges.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day, waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. We're going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steelworkers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen, we have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago, and you are now, but you don't too often, and for many years and decades even, you didn't hear too much about. Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years, but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen. In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple, can't get any simpler than that. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence.
States and small businesses argued that IEEPA was never meant as a blank check for sweeping economic policies. The economic stakes were immense. The Treasury collected over $133 billion in import taxes under these tariffs. The Congressional Budget Office estimated the impact at roughly $3 trillion over the next decade. Corporations, including giants like Costco, have already lined up in court demanding refunds. The ruling does more than strike down tariffs. It sets a clear precedent. The president cannot unilaterally impose trade levies without Congress. The decision will echo in trade policy, legal battles, and Washington power dynamics for years to come. Trump, meanwhile, is left facing the fallout, both legal and political, from a Supreme Court that reminded the nation where constitutional authority truly lies. And in the background, global markets watch nervously. The shockwaves extend far beyond the United States. Even Moscow is reportedly monitoring the ruling closely, calculating its own next moves in an unpredictable global economic battlefield.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That has often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out tirade.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.